All right, here we are. We're back, and it's Monday. We got the wedding of the century. Flo Balogun's back. The LeBron market is wide open, and honestly, I think this is the best World Cup I ever remember. Freddie, what's going on, my man? How you been, brother?
Good. There's just a lot to unpack since the last time we talked. First and
Wild.
foremost, I'm fine. I'm okay. I had a little incident with Mother Nature in the last week, but that's not going to stop me, right?
No,
I
no.
don't do this for me. I do it for the people. So, yeah, I got hit with a stingray in the ocean. It,
That's why I'm a
it,
pool guy, Fred. That's why I'm a
I know.
pool guy.
No stingrays in the pool.
No stingrays in the pool. I don't have to worry
Not on
about anything. No
422.
sharks. Not
Not
on
going to find a
420.
stingray on 22.
No. I just need you to be a little more careful, man. I need you to be a little more careful.
Was thinking about grabbing a pair of aqua socks.
I think that's a wonderful idea, actually.
Not a bad idea. But you know what? I'm a man of the people. I'm a man of the earth. I go in, I do my thing, I relax, I body surf, and things like this happen, right?
Right.
You know,
Can I
like
get some can we get some video of the body surfing? I mean, there's not a lot of videos coming out of San Diego. I thought this week was gonna be a
I
little bit different,
I will say
seeing
this.
you have some deaths.
I will say this. So as of late, the waves just aren't strong enough in the daytime, obviously. There was like a big swell like 2 weeks ago or whatever, huge waves, but like up towards like LA area,
Okay.
not really down here. Now, I'm not a surfer, so I don't go out in the times like later day and stuff like that. So when I'm in there, it's super low tide. And even when you catch a wave that you think is okay, there's not much power to it. So like I
I think you
haven't
need to
really
find a different beach.
well, yeah, but yeah, it's I gotta go. I might get some flippers.
I love that for you, Fred.
Then again, it's like the guys who like really like try to go pro in body surfing, they have the flippers and the hand things. But the thing is, I'm all natural. Like, I don't, I'm not a PED guy. So,
Right. Fair enough. Fair enough.
but yeah,
I
but
know.
I'm okay.
Thank goodness. I got the
Yeah.
text message. I was worried. I wasn't sure. I called Nolan just in case you weren't going to be able to make it on Monday, to fill in for you. But I'm glad to see you're alive and well. That's all we care
Well,
about.
yeah. And then tons of travel this weekend, just back and forth. Just a lot of things going on, out here.
And busy, and a lot of sports. Fred, World Cup is on fire. It's insane right now.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the Flo Balogun thing right away because that's obviously the hottest topic. Yesterday, they They didn't overturn his suspension, they suspended his suspension, okay,
Yeah.
I
They
believe is
didn't
the way they
rescind it.
worded it. Yes, correct.
Yeah, they didn't rescind the red card. It's not like that crazy that they suspend a suspension. It's just a little odd that they do it within the tournament. Like for instance, there's people that are going into the World Cup and they won't use that suspension in the World Cup. Like
Ronaldo,
now,
for example,
yes, but this I think may be the first time they're suspending a suspension within the World Cup.
100% it is. I was thinking about this, I was listening to a podcast this morning, and they brought it up, so I can't take credit for this, but Pardon My Take basically said, like, this is what it's like. Today, waking up this morning is like being a Chiefs fan or Pats fan. Something gets overturned, it works out in your favor. Being a Lions fan, we're not used to something like this. Like, they make a call, nothing gets overturned. That whether it's the process, whether it's a timeout, whether it's a miss, whatever. Today, we feel like Pats fans and Chiefs fans as USA soccer fans. We got our guy back.
Yeah, I mean, I would never say that I feel like a Pats fan
The feel like a Pats fan
because
would feel on a Monday
because I
morning.
just feel like, that would make me feel dirty. I don't know,
Yeah,
like
but things, but I'm saying it from the standpoint of things just go your way.
yeah, I'm good with that though. Like I would rather just wake up just, as just a regular fan.
Now,
Yeah, it's huge, huge news for US soccer. I mean, men's. Let's not get it twisted. The women have done this already. So like been
fair.
there, done it. Don't forget about that. So like yeah, we've woken up during women's World Cups and we are, the favorite. So this is a little different. And I, like and when people say the World Cup, I would like to just emphasize the fact that men's World Cup. Let's not just say when you say World Cup, it's automatically talking about the men's, because the women, especially US, we run national soccer in this country.
Right.
The women
That's
run
true.
national soccer in this country. So, like, I know everyone is a little fired up for this. Of course, it's great. It's amazing. This is a great run. I think they're gonna, like I was telling you, they're gonna win one game in the knockout stage, probably get knocked out in the 16th. Now, and I told you before this off air, I think they could win without them, but I think they have a great chance in winning again. If they do win this game, they get the winner of Spain, Portugal. It's probably, like you lose to Spain in the round of 8. I mean, I think that's a
Not
great
terrible.
run.
I think the goal, after seeing everything and watch everything unfold, winning this game tonight would be success for
Huge.
the World Cup, for the men's World Cup, right?
Yeah.
Winning tonight, going to the 8 would be ideal.
Huge.
You know what I mean?
Huge.
And you're kind of, I think from the
They're
men's,
playing with house money right now.
you took the words right out of my mouth. That's exactly what I was going to say.
Even if they don't beat Belgium, it's not terrible. Like, you still had a good run, and
Yeah,
it's something.
but
It's something probably the best run they've ever had.
well, yeah, that's like being the tallest midget syndrome. We really haven't done shit as far as the men's side,
I mean,
in
but
years.
I don't think that analogy really works well, because it's like, so, like Cape Verde makes it to the knockout stage. Do you call that, do you think that's just, well, they're the tallest midget kind of thing? No.
No. I think
Making it
it's a
to,
different
but
perspective. That's a completely different perspective. The expectations were zero. I mean, the expectations are
what
a little bit higher from the U.S. standpoint, but especially playing the way they did in the pool play.
I feel
So
like,
I think it's two separate deals.
but the expectation, what was the expectation?
From the U.S. standpoint, to win one game, at least win one game. So I guess
In
that
the,
we
yeah,
won in the knockout stage.
yeah. So,
But
yeah.
you also take in consideration that they increased the field. So it's like, okay. I think it's to win this game tonight. Win this game tonight, and I think everybody will be happy. And again, to your point, we're playing with house money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just feel like I don't think it's a disappointment if they don't beat Belgium.
yeah.
I mean, yeah,
I think
it's
we'll
at first you're gonna feel like, fuck, like, we could have made it to play Spain or something like that. But the thing is, it's like, this is a great run. Like, and at least they're winning the group. Like, like, that was big. That last game was a throwaway game. I don't like the fact that they just threw it away. If they did, I don't know. But, like, I would have liked them to win the group with no losses. That would have been cooler. But, they still got a good draw coming out.
they sure did.
They had a great group draw, and they had a good draw coming out. So, like, it's kind of in their favor now until you get to Spain, like, or
Yeah,
Portugal. I think it's Spain,
100%.
which is
Now, the
that
other
game's
thing,
today.
what's that?
Spain, Portugal's today. Yeah. Before.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's a 3:00 Eastern Standard Time game, and then we play at 8, I believe, 8 Eastern Standard Time. From the games this weekend, which one did you enjoy watching the most? Was it Mexico, England, or were you the Cape Verde, Argentina game?
That was a wild game, dude.
Dude,
I mean, there were a couple games that have been, like, pretty wild. Like the Mexico game yesterday was a great game. Like, both games were pretty good. The Norway game was good too. Like,
yeah,
the big Viking, they're going crazy.
yeah, Norway
Like,
versus Brazil.
yeah, like, I just feel like I didn't watch much of the France game. That was Saturday, the later game Saturday. I didn't watch much of that. But, like, yeah, that Argentina game was crazy. Like, they have all been really good games. I mean,
100%.
but this is why, like, this is what you're waiting for.
For sure. And to be honest with you, I'm a Messi guy. I love Messi.
Yeah.
Absolutely love the guy. I think he's amazing. But I'm secretly, at the end of that game, when they tied it up, I was kind of hoping that Cape Verde pulled the win off and upset him. I really, really wanted to see that upset.
Yeah, no, that would have been crazy. I just feel like that whole run by them was just amazing.
For sure, which is really cool to see. And then obviously Mexico, England. Mexico, obviously I was pulling for Mexico. I really wanted them to win. They had such an opportunity to win that. I think they kind of blew it themselves. I mean, they played well, but, being able to play up, England playing down with a red card, like, you thought maybe they would be able to at least pull it off, but it was,
Well,
I was really hoping Mexico would pull it off, but it just didn't work out in that favor, that's for sure. I
yeah,
thought for
it's
sure
like
they would.
getting down 2-0 was like it's tough.
Yeah, for sure. And like, look, I'll wholeheartedly say I coached soccer from in a travel standpoint for years with my daughter, and very elementary as far as my knowledge of soccer. But I will tell you this: like, I just felt that Mexico just had too many missed opportunities and like bad cross passes that like kind of flew the other side, like too much wind, too much loft on them, just not enough like in the mix. And it's just good opportunities that they kind of just literally, no pun intended, just kicked away.
Yeah. Hey,
it didn't work in their favor, man.
England's a really good team.
England is a very, very good team. And to
So,
be honest
I
with you,
mean,
I was surprised to be honest with you, as close as it was. I thought it would be a little out of hand, but that's the best thing about, man. Most of these games have been relatively close or have some sort of thing. And that's another thing I want to talk about. Like, I feel personally that this is probably one of the best World Cups ever. And I think a lot of it is obviously paying a little more mind to it due to the podcast, obviously USA being better. But I think one of the other things is we can watch it on our time zone,
well, yeah, that's awesome too. Like,
right? Like, we're not
but
watching at 3 a.m. We're not waking up and seeing what happened. We get to watch it live too. So, which is
yeah, it's
obviously a
here.
huge benefit.
You know, yeah, I mean, I don't think it's definitely not the greatest World Cup I've, experienced, but like, yeah, it's a good
Yeah,
World
you're
Cup.
saying that because Italy's not in there.
Well, no. Well, even when Italy was in, I think some of those World Cups were better. 94 was crazy. They lost in the finals, but like 2006 obviously would have been the best World Cup I've ever experienced, Italy winning it, beating France in Germany, like, like awesome. But like,
Right.
Italy has 4 cups, like, so, I get excited a little bit. I guess later, more and more later in life, you start to get involved in the US because they really weren't relevant until 2 cups ago. Like,
Right. Right.
so like,
And that's
yeah.
part of the reason too, for me
Of
personally,
course,
right?
yeah, and
The
it's
US
here, like
being
you
more
said,
relevant.
it's here, we can watch it on our time, and they actually have a good squad,
Yep. Yep. And that's the other
like
thing too. We have youth on our side right now for Belgium's a little bit of an older team, but I can't wait. I cannot wait to watch this game. It's going to be exciting. Portugal, Spain right before. You're saying all
crazy.
in. You don't think Portugal has a chance. Spain's going to come out of this a
No,
winner.
that was another close game with Portugal game.
Portugal, Croatia.
Yeah, that was a good
Yeah.
game too, like, all these games have been great, but I think Spain 2-0, maybe 3-1,
Okay.
but yeah, I don't think Spain has does not lose. I don't think it goes to draw and extra time and stuff like that. I think it's
For
done.
sure. All right, I can't wait though. It's going to be good, and hopefully we pull it out. But the flow betting again thing is huge, and those of you who don't know the story, and I'll kind of briefly talk about the story for those of you who don't know. But if you look his story up, it's absolutely wild. So
Yeah.
his parents are from Nigeria. They
Yes.
live in London.
Yep.
But he was born in New York. Now, the only reason he was
Brooklyn.
born in New York, in
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, is because his
They
mother was
went
7 months pregnant and they wouldn't let her fly. The
back.
airline was like, "No, we're good. You're too pregnant." They have him
Yep.
in US, which allows him to play for the team. So he actually could have played for Nigeria, he could have played for the US, or he could have played for London. So
England.
obviously
Yeah.
via or
England.
no, was it England? Okay, so England,
London's a city.
Nigeria. Or yeah, that's okay. England, Nigeria, or the
Yeah.
US. But what a wild story. A wild actually story. So
Birthright citizenship.
birthright citizen. There you go. And look who petitioned for him to get him in there. That's ironic, isn't it?
It's a little ironic.
Your boy Donnie. But
Not my boy.
that's your boy. That's your boy. And then obviously the weekend was pretty crazy. You had a lot of travel. There was a picture that surfaced on the internet with you and somebody special. Obviously, the wedding of the century. Fred, let me ask you this. Was this bigger than the royal wedding?
I mean, listen, the one thing about the royal wedding is you talk about Princess Diana.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's the thing. In today's day and age, the coverage is ridiculous, right?
Well, I'm
Like
talking about her son. I'm actually talking about her son when he got married.
Harry.
Yeah.
But yeah, no one cares about Harry, man. He's, come on. Uh, this is the biggest wedding that we'll see in our lifetime, and the biggest wedding probably on the planet in the last century or so. Like I don't know what compares to it. I don't know where.
Let me ask you this. Honest question. You're a betting man. Over under 5 years. How long are you giving it? You're taking it over?
What do you mean? How long is it going to last?
Yeah. How long is this marriage going to last?
Over 5. Listen, the vibe that I got from being there, I understand now a little bit more, right?
Explain to me.
It was a different vibe. Not much I can talk about. You know that.
NDA.
With the
Yeah, I
NDA,
gotcha.
the only pictures that are circulating are from vendors who are taking the pictures. Everyone gave up their phones, and then they'll send pictures to your phone for you. So
is that how you got the picture of you and Mary? They sent you that photo. I gotcha.
yeah, they had a
Now,
professional photographer walking around, a bunch of them. I mean, the place was magnificent. It looked like a dream. It was like a dream sequence. I was in a dream. Okay, so the invite list here, right, is like the Oscars, the Emmys, the Tonys, the Grammys, the ESPYs, all together. So that's what you're doing. That's what you're getting at there. So like that's what the invite list was, right? Yes, family and friends, right? Also.
right.
But
Well,
other than that, like when we were talking about like MSG, like Celebrity Row and stuff like that, like this was like if the Knicks game was just all celebrities instead of just the Row.
So let me ask you this: going on your way to the wedding, right? You and Mary, you're on your way to the wedding. Who was the one person you were like, I can't wait to meet or see with this guest list? 1,000 people.
I'm not a starstruck guy. So like, that's one thing. I mean, there were like when Stevie Nicks played, I thought that was like, I'm a little older. So like, yeah, it hits different for people like us. Paul McCartney, I Want to Hold Your Hand, when he performed that, awesome. Right. I'm not sure there was someone I was seeking out. Right. It was just that I was just amongst, Hollywood and music royalty, like, and sports royalty.
For sure.
It's just like, if you see some of the people that went there, I know stuff's surfacing all over because there's tons of pictures of people outside the venue.
Nothing inside yet.
Well, so some of the vendors are allowed to post their pictures. So like, but with no one in it. So like there are some pictures of the vendors who set the place up taking a picture of the place empty, but but decorated, right? And some of the food vendors, I believe, posted some pictures of some spreads.
Well, listen, it's also hard to swim through what's real and what's not from a common person like myself, like who wasn't on the guest list. So you're like looking at the photo, you're like, is that really it? Like, did they really do that? I don't know. It's wild. But let me ask you this question. And I know you've been to many, many weddings, and we've been to weddings together, and there's always something you would change. Like you walk into a wedding and you're like, I wouldn't have done that. Or I would have went with a different food item. Or, hey, we had 1,000 people guest list. Would have been nice to have a couple additional servers for the appetizers, right? The strolling appetizers. Because that had to have been a mess. Like, was there something that you said, you looked at Mary on the way home and you said, Mary, if this was ours, I would never have done that?
I was thinking of that, but there is not one thing I would change about this entire event. Now, we weren't around for the rehearsal dinner, so not sure what happened that night. Thursday night, got into town Friday, but everything about it was magical. Like, like just, it was another world. Everything was perfection. It was like a movie. It was a movie.
Right?
I mean,
that's exactly. Here's the thing: they probably will make it into a movie. They have to do something. They have to, a Netflix documentary. Something's going to come of this.
I don't know if that is going to happen or they're just going to finally release photos. So I think there's going to be a bunch of photos drop, like, eventually as we go along. I hope there's not. I hope this is just kept
For
under
your
wraps.
eyes only. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way.
Well, I mean, paparazzi's all over the place. There was fans outside from like Thursday to Sunday,
I
because the
also heard
after
that
party.
I also heard that the NDA that you signed really had no monetary repercussion to it.
No, but she is trademarked likeness and stuff. There is, well, so like the CEO of one of these companies posted a bunch of shit about like the itinerary and stuff like that. And he did delete all the posts about it. Now, like, I don't know what the
Somebody forced his
repercussions would
hand.
be. Listen,
Yeah.
I don't read anything. I sign it. I don't care. Ain't gonna get
Yeah.
nothing from me anyway. But like, it's the respect that you give mother, right? Mother asks you to do something, you do it. So like, I mean, I think that's the least you can do is keep your mouth shut and not post any pictures. Now, the picture that I had posted obviously got a lot of, good and bad to it, but it is
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, the after party was like no other. I think we were there till 4 a.m. There was a big karaoke. I sang The Rose, Bette Midler.
With her in attendance.
Yes. So like, that was probably one of the coolest moments that I had personally
Right.
was
Yeah. Who has the opportunities to sing The Rose by Bette Midler in front of Bette Midler?
not many people, but it was
Right.
wild. Lots of good. I mean, we had to leave because, I ended up at the Yankee game the next day. I know
Yeah.
you saw that as well. So
Did
like,
you get pretty buzzed up?
oh no, we were trash, but like walking distance to a hotel, didn't stay in anywhere fancy. So like, it was fun, it was,
Awesome.
but I mean, I flew out, right? Like, I didn't stay for the whole Yankee game that I was at, after the ceremonial first pitch, all that shit. Like, we kind of left in the third inning because we had to fly back. And then I sent you some pictures from Saturday night as well. We were already back here
Right.
and, went to a local Fox 5 event on the water at the Hilton San Diego Bayfront
Okay.
Hotel. Outdoor, they had an outdoor and an indoor like event. Not apparently, actually, Fox 5 is doing a commercial for Mary's thing for her college. So she hooked that up. They hooked us up, wristbands. It was a cash bar. But the food was, they had food. It was just cash bar, just alcohol. Anything else is free. Everything else was free. Like,
Nice.
they had like face painting for the kids and they had like a bunch of shit, like hats and all the, stuff like that. They ran the news, the news desk right there. They had, I think I sent you a picture. The girls got a picture with one of the anchors, Christina. And then right outside is the Bayfront wall. We were behind like gate, like a railing, and then there was a bunch of people like Gen Pop out front.
Yeah, right.
But we were, and that's where we see Lamb walking around. So he's just chilling. He was actually doing a live. He does kick. Your kick is like a Twitch, like kind of. It's like another thing like that.
No, not familiar with it.
I'm assuming they're paying him for it because no one really uses kick. I don't think.
Yeah,
So
they're probably getting him to do it.
So he was doing kick. I heard the guy speaking to him and he was like, yo, we're going to go live. Are you ready? Like, we'll walk up and down and I'll just ask you questions. Like, I heard him talking to Lamar. So, and it's weird because I went, like, we got there and, down by the water's a little cool. And after like about an hour of us being there, I went back to the car to get the girls' sweatshirts. And as I'm walking through the lobby to go to the garage, I look and I'm like, that's Lamar Odom. Like in my head. Now no one's around. Like I can't be like, hey Brad, like, So
Yeah.
I see two gentlemen walking and I'm like, I'm gonna ask one of these dudes. Like, I'm gonna like say, like, because I needed assurance. Like, you know what I mean? He didn't
Yeah,
have
for
the
sure.
He didn't have the Laker jersey on like in the picture and stuff like that. He was
Yeah.
checking into the hotel. So
Okay.
so I'm like that it's Lamar Odom. Like, So I hit this one dude who's walking with me. I go, hey, is that fucking Lamar Odom? Guy's got like a British accent, has no clue what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, forget it. Like, so like I just go, I come back and like, I tell Mary, I'm like, yeah, Lamar, I think it was Lamar Odom in the lobby. And she was like, really? I'm like, yeah, I think it was like, but then I'm like, why? You know what I mean? Like, and then obviously later on in the night, he comes back out with his jersey on and but he was super cool to all the people
Uh,
out there, the kids, like,
that's awesome.
there was a point where, like, nobody was fucking with him at first, like, kinda everybody was like, "Huh," yeah,
And
and
trying to
then
test the waters.
somebody breaks breaks the ice, right?
Mhm.
And this guy says, like, "Hey, would it be alright if they can get a picture with you?" And Lamar was straight up like, "I don't see why not. Come on, man. What's up? What's your name?"
So
Like,
cool.
like, it was awesome. So the girls got a picture with him, like you
Yeah.
saw that.
Well,
I was like,
speaking of that, did you happen to hint to him and say, "Hey, where's Brian going?"
no, like, there was so many people, like, after the one dude, like, this one dude just walked straight up to him and goes, "What's up?" And, like, takes a selfie with him. And it kinda, like, broke the ice where, like, now people started lining up almost.
Right. Right, right,
Um,
right. Once somebody kind of breaks the ice there, everybody's kind of flooding in.
yeah, and you see that he's being cool about it. So, like, so that was kinda cool. And, I said one I didn't say anything. I just said, "Appreciate it," like, after the girls got their pictures, and that was it. And he was like, "No doubt," like, more kids came up. He was super cool, man. And then that's when the dude was coming in like, "Hey, we're about to go live. Come on. We gotta walk up here. I'm just gonna film you, and I'll ask you questions." Like, that was it.
Nice.
But
Nice.
it was the Big Bay Boom, it was called, the event.
Okay. Alright.
So
Well, speaking of
they did some, like, they had some military veterans there and stuff like that. It was a really cool event. I mean, listen, it wasn't packed. Like, you could
okay.
sit down in places, you got food. I mean, yeah, there's booze there, but if you don't want booze and you just want some, like, soda, water, whatever like that, everything's free.
That's really cool.
Yeah,
That's really
so
cool.
that was awesome.
Speaking of the NBA, obviously LeBron tells the Lakers he's not coming back. Here we go again, right? Like
Yeah.
it's kind of like can we end this? Is my thought, but I mean he's still got some left in the tank.
Oh, of course.
Obviously, you're a Sixer fan. The Sixers been brought up in the conversation. Minnesota's been brought up. Miami, Cleveland. So Philly, Miami, Cleveland,
Golden State.
Minnesota,
Golden
and
State.
Golden State. I'm sorry. And you're all in. You think he's going to Golden State?
Yeah. Well, I mean, Vegas has them at Golden State, and then, like, the Vegas odds go Golden State, Cleveland, Philly, Miami, in that order. I thought it was, like, 50-50 Golden State and Cleveland. Like, I understand. I know what you're saying. Like, I know what a lot of people are saying. Like, he already did the Cleveland thing twice, right?
Right.
He did the Miami thing. So then if that's the logic, then why would he go back there? I mean,
I
Giannis.
do kind of I do like the idea of him playing with Anthony Edwards. I think that would be really cool.
Yeah, I just don't know if he's like if he's gonna go anywhere that's not a big market, he's going to Cleveland. Like, he's not going in the middle of the country. Like,
Yeah.
he's not gonna play basketball in the middle
Yeah.
of the United States.
Nobody
I
wants to
just
go to
think
Minnesota.
no. I mean, he's gonna play in, like, at one point when after the Jaylen Brown trade, I'm like, is this dude gonna go to Boston? Like, what the fuck? So, which would be absolutely crazy. I think him playing in Miami would be crazy too. Anywhere he goes is gonna be crazy. Like, if he plays with Steph, that's gonna be awesome. I
Yep.
think, like, everybody always wanted to see something like that.
Who just went to
Um,
Miami?
Giannis.
Yeah. 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 So
I
that
mean,
would be
that would be sick. Now, with the Jaylen Brown trade, if he ends up in Philly, I mean, that's super team. If they don't win it, it's a failure. Like, like Maxi, VJ, LeBron, Jaylen Brown, and Embiid. I mean, if you don't win it, then you'll never win.
Let me ask you this, coming from a guy who obviously has been in the league for a million years, who has played through injury, if he does go to Philadelphia, what do you think his take on Embiid's going to be?
I think they're all just gonna, like, I think they'll all play for the sixth spot. Like, I just think that's basketball now, and I think it's accepted.
You're saying just load management till you get to the playoffs.
Yeah, unfortunately. Like, you know, like it's just the way of the game.
100%. I mean, it worked for
It's
the
it,
Knicks.
it's terrible. Like, and I think that's one of the reasons why we'll never see somebody break that like Golden State wins record because these guys don't play. You
No,
know, like I
no.
thought that OKC would have a chance just because they play a lot. They don't really take many days off, and then
I think you'll see that. I think you're going to see a difference next year.
definitely because you
Right.
don't have to. It sucks. Like it's just it sucks for the fans. I mean,
100% it does.
growing up, I mean, you remember like TNT and stuff like that, like the double headers, well, this is pre, sports packages. So it's like the TNT double header is like all we got to see outside of the Knicks and Nets, like
Right.
for me personally, and
Yeah,
for you, like Detroit. So it's like those games were gigantic to like fans. Now
for sure.
now we have more coverage and it's
And less.
shittier.
Yeah, right. For sure.
So like it's like,
The
watch out what you wish for, right?
For sure.
It's like,
For sure.
because, all those years we've always been talking about, we need more sports coverage outside the market. And now we get it in the NBA tremendously. I mean, it's all over the place. All sports are really, but the quality is not the same. Like
For sure.
if they had this type of quality back in the 90s and stuff like that, I mean, it would be wild. Like, getting to watch Boston and the Heat and like,
Lakers, right?
the bad boy teams and like, obviously Lakers, Celtics and, that type of shit. But like those teams like that Cleveland Cavaliers team, like back in the day, pre-LeBron and stuff like that. I'm talking like early 90s. So like you waited Tuesdays and Thursdays to watch the doubleheader and then and these dudes played. Like, like
Yeah.
it was a big game. Like now
For sure.
there is no big game. Like
No.
there's nothing that attracts me to the regular season in the NBA, really. And listen, I'll put it on.
For sure.
Obviously, if for you, like the Lakers come to town, you're gonna watch that game. Like,
For sure.
like
Yep. You're gonna watch Boston. You're gonna watch New York. You're
yeah,
not gonna
but
watch them play
but
against the Wizards.
you're also not gonna give a shit if they lose. Like to be
No.
honest, you don't really care as much.
Yeah. No, that's fair. That's fair. Speaking of the bad boys, there's a rumor around here in Detroit that KD could be coming to Detroit. Do you think that's just all smoke and mirrors? Him and Kate are boys. Me personally, as a Pistons fan, I don't know how I feel about it. I really don't. I just don't see this being a good place for him just because the way this team operates, the way this city operates. I mean, he's at the end of his career-ish, so to speak. And this would be a very Detroit thing to do, considering we picked up Allen Iverson, we picked up Blake Griffin at the end of his career. And now this, I don't know, man. I really, part of me says, yeah, that would be awesome to watch him play on a regular basis. And the other part of me thinks this chemistry just won't fit here in Detroit. And
I mean, I wouldn't turn a guy like KD down.
That's kind of where I sit with you. Like, you can't say no, but you don't want to say yes.
Yeah, you're not gonna you're gonna have to figure out, yeah, like you said, what the chemistry looks like and what the lineup's gonna look like with him in it. Now, Toby went to the Spurs.
Yes.
Okay. Loved him. So,
Sounds like Duran's staying because nobody's going to pay him the max contract that he wants.
So,
that's still kind of
was
up in
weird.
the air.
That's weird too. Like, I think everybody thought he was going to the Lakers, right?
I think there was any particular team in general. I don't think it was weird, to be honest with you. I'll have to disagree with you because basically the Pistons said, look, we're not going to give you your max contract. We're not going to pay you. Why don't you go out and see what you can get? He goes shopping around, realizes he's not going to get the money that he thought he would, and now he's kind of back here, It's like, I think from the Pistons standpoint, yeah, go see what you can get. Like, we're not tied to you. We're not paying you as much as you think you're worth, right? Had his productivity in the playoffs been a little bit different, unfortunately, I think he kind of spent his own money in the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, I like him. I think
I do too.
If
you play back this podcast months and months and months ago, somebody asked me who my favorite Piston was outside of Cade, and I said Durant. And I truly, in the regular season, he was a stud, man. He played so well. Had he played like he did in the regular season in the playoffs, we would have had a different outcome, hands down, without a doubt. But I think that's what we're looking for here is we need some consistency out of him, and he just didn't prove that he's worth that money.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see where that falls. Hopefully he stays, obvious,
Yeah, that would be ideal.
yeah. But yeah, I mean,
I
we're
don't know.
gonna see.
Let me ask you. I'm asking you that question. If you were a Pistons fan, would you want KD on your team?
I would. I wouldn't. I just can't I can't turn that down. Like as much as listen, as much as I tell you about Harden, if Harden comes to your team, I mean, he's going to put up 30. And listen, did he when he came to Philly that, did it fuck up some chemistry? Is that probably. But were they winning games? I mean, yeah, you know, Cleveland, same thing. I think we all knew that Cleveland thing was going to end at one point, but it's still fun while it lasts. I think KD is a total fucking stud.
Yeah.
And I just feel like you
plays
can't,
a top tier player.
you can't turn a guy down like that wants to be there.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And
I mean,
selfishly, it would be cool to be able to just go to a random Tuesday game and watch KD play. You
yeah,
know what I mean?
well,
That's
yeah.
pretty damn sweet.
And also not even at the game. You watch a guy on an everyday basis like that, and you'll start to understand why you can't turn a guy like that.
All right, a couple more things I want to talk about because we are crushed for time. But real quick, we'll super touch on this. Real thing. Were you a little amazed at the pushback we got about the Phil Mickelson story? I felt like everyone was attacking us in regards to saying we were gonna, be sued for our comments about Phil Mickelson.
Yeah,
and some of the stories that we were talking about were old. We either had people who were diehard pro Phil or people who were just completely against him. There was no in between. And to be honest with you, one of these people who got mad at me about the post lived in my own house. Sarah is a huge Phil Mickelson fan, and she was not happy with the video. Right? So I don't know. I just thought I thought it was crazy the backlash we got from just talking very little bit about Phil Mickelson. Obviously, the Cart Boy story, Pat Perez story. I thought it got taken a little out of hand. I didn't think people were going to be that upset with us.
Yeah,
or more me in general.
I didn't think it was going to be that. I thought it was going to be more of people joking around about it and not accusing you of libel or slander. And I think I responded to one of the comments do you, on one of those you're going to get sued comments. I was like, have you seen all the other things that people have said about if I'll tell you that, listen, you're not getting sued, but if you were, do you know how far down the list you are?
Of course.
There's hundreds of people before you.
Right.
If we're going to talk about he's going to sue people that just make a comment about his personal life or his
you got a
wife.
lot of time on your hands.
Dude, he wouldn't spend that money. Why would he spend that money suing people? What is he going to get?
The rights to the podcast?
I'm going to be doing fucking It's Monday Y'all with Phil. So
don't hate that idea.
I think that's silly. I think a lot of people were hardcore Phil guys. And listen, I
do too. I'm not saying I don't. I think the stories are hilarious. Whatever you do, whatever you want. I'm a Phil guy too. Love watching him play.
It's you just thought that was a crazy, funny story that you
100%.
heard.
Yep.
And it's nothing, not crazy. You're not
And to your point, I did say allegedly.
Yeah. You said apparently.
Oh, apparently.
Yeah.
You wanted me to say allegedly.
Yes, but it's I don't understand people's now listen, if somebody commented and was bro, that's my cousin, different. But
how about the guy that said he lived in the neighborhood?
Yeah.
That was awesome. I invited him to come on the podcast too, which would have been nice. Give me a perspective that we don't have here. If you're playing golf with him, you tell me the story. Stick up for him. Tell me the story. Come on. But of course he didn't want to.
The thing is, we live in a world where people are obsessed with people they don't know to a point where they will fight you, right?
Yeah.
It's actually crazy. You could probably get away with talking about some of those dudes without the backlash. They wouldn't even care. But then you talk about a dude that has no clue who they are,
Yeah, for
and
sure.
they get angry about it. And it's like, it's crazy how people are obsessed with celebrities, athletes, stuff like that. Like, like
For sure.
I got some people like commenting on my shit, like about like, I'm gonna get sued because
You leaked that photo of you guys?
I don't know, something of the sorts. And I'm like, thanks for the support, appreciate it. Like, like I don't,
Social media and the internet is a wild, wild place. Wild place.
yeah, but like people will go to war with you over somebody that they don't know. Like
But you
which is
also you
crazy.
also see you also see this too, Fred. People comment all the time and everything, and we give opportunities, and we'll give
Yes,
anybody an opportunity that wants
yes.
to come on this podcast and maybe disagree with us, agree with us, come shoot the shit. We have no problem. In fact, I'll bring in somebody who doesn't agree with what we're saying, but 99.9% of those people want nothing to do with showing their face, but they will sit behind a keyboard all day long and tell you, Fred, you're a bitch. You are obviously a bitch because you're a Yankees fan. Like,
Yeah,
whatever the case may be,
yeah.
they're keyboard
It's silly.
warriors, man. At the end of the day, they are keyboard
But it's
warriors, which is
it's
a shame
also
because I
so
would love to have somebody come on like this.
I thought that like we would definitely over the past year or so have more of those folks to be like, yeah, I'll come on. Like you said, no one's gonna like we can shoot the shit. You tell me your side, I'll tell you my side, and it is what it is. Thanks for your
Right.
time. Take it easy. Peace out. Like, but like I would jump at that.
I would too.
Like,
I would. I mean, we're different, but I would be like, yeah, what time? What
yeah,
time? Send me the link.
when are you filming and what yeah, send me the link and I'll make it happen.
Yeah.
So,
All right, we're crushed. We're crushed for time.
all right.
You want to talk about the Yankees real quick?
Yeah, I mean, real quick, they are 3-12 in the last 15. This is probably one of the worst slumps I've seen since I was a kid. Like,
Okay.
in the 80s, 90s, pre-Yankee 95. Not the end of the world.
Glass
Still have
half
the
full.
second best record. Like, if you can go 1-9 and the team ahead of you goes 8-2 and you're 4 games out of first place, I think that's like best case scenario.
For sure. I agree. I
And,
agree. You didn't
and
lose too much ground.
they have a 4-game set against Tampa starting tonight. So like, you have to split. I'm not saying they're going to sweep or whatever, but you
Yeah,
can't be losing series now.
for
Things
sure.
have to change. The All-Star break cannot come quick enough. We're at that point where it's just like we need the break to come,
For sure.
and
For
then
sure.
and then we need Judge back. Judge
All right.
without Judge, it's a totally different ballgame.
100%. Tigers are
Just a
5
lot.
games out of Tigers are 5 games out of the a wild card right as of right
Yeah,
now. As of right
yeah.
now. Do they make the playoffs?
No, I just don't
Not
think
at
they
all.
do because they have like 6 teams to jump. They can they I wouldn't like it's a hard situation because you don't want to count them out, but then you don't want to hold on to school bowl. So it's like, that's like the tough spot. I don't think they make the playoffs, but and just because I think they dug themselves too deep. 5 games doesn't seem like a lot, but
5 games doesn't seem like a lot.
they're the 3rd team from the bottom in the league.
Right.
Like
Right.
so I mean, but no, 5 teams is not a lot. It's just the fact they gotta jump like 6 teams. There's a ton of baseball left. If they hold on to school bowl, they definitely have a chance.
All right. For real, last question, then we're out of here. Hold on 1 second. Last question. Joey Chestnut went 66 dogs in 10 minutes. Fred, how many could you do?
18 straight mustard belts for Joey Chestnuts, dude. In 10 minutes, I could probably I could probably eat a dozen.
I could do 25.
25?
25 in 10 minutes.
I don't think you can do 25.
All right.
It's a lot
Maybe
of
one day we'll
bread.
find out. It is a lot of bread. I'm putting water in it, squeezing them.
I'm not doing that.
You're going natural.
Yeah, I'm going straight up just mustard, but I'm not dunking it in. I can't do that. I don't know if I can get down with it.
Yeah, if I can, yeah. I'll tell you what, I did watch a preview. It was pretty damn gross.
I
But
mean,
we got to run, Fred. We're out of time. Take
peace
care,
out.
brother.